Greetings everybody and welcome to Just Norm channel. If you're new, please like, subscribe, and share my content as it helps the channel grow greatly. Today we're going to be talking about Startrek Strange New Worlds Episode 3. We're going to have references to some of the things in the episode, and there will be Easter eggs and there will be spoilers. So if you have not watched it, please do not listen to this episode. This episode was called Ghosts of Illyria. And there's a lot of drops, and there's a lot of things that they go over in this episode. Things from augments, the eugenics wars, number one and the doctor both got great secrets and stuff like that. There's references to Deep Space Nine. There's references to Enterprise. Just a lot of tidbits being dropped and stuff like that. But this episode opens up with regards to being on a planet of a former species that once wanted to enter the Federation. However, due to regulations within Starfleet and joining, the species of the Illyrians were augmentations, and they were attempting to reverse those augmentations to join the Federation, which I find pretty noble. But this is where we get the episode of where the crew becomes infected with some type of, like, they're attracted to light and stuff and all that, and they need more of it. So it's kind of interesting episode and stuff, but there's a few things that kind of bothered me and stuff too as well. With regards to, I noticed there were some hints of contact tracing from when we were all locked down during COVID. And this episode very much felt a lot like what we just went through in the last 2 years with regards to the pandemic and stuff and all that. It was very number one centric episode with Una, and so I think that but so the focus of the episode, Enterprise is trying to find out what happened to the colony of the Illyrians. Although a seemingly unrelated alien species called the Illyrians appeared in, I guess, an episode 2004 episode of Enterprise called Damaged. This group of Illyrians, of which Una is a secret member, surprise, surprise, number one's got a secret, is actually a composite of Illyrians mentioned through a number of Star Trek novels. I don't really remember that episode. I have to maybe go back to it and all that. Apparently, too, they were shown up in the original series. It was written by the famous D.C. Fontana, rest in peace, one of the greatest writers of Star Trek, in my opinion. And I guess, too, Una, it was established in the original series book called Vulcan's Glory, which was originally written by the original series powerhouse D.C. Fontana. It was established that number one was an Illyrian and stuff. I didn't know that and all that, but it's interesting that they take that that direction. Several novelists did run with the concept, which existed outside of actual canon. I guess it also found its way into Star Trek Discovery novel Desperate Hours, which featured the crews of the Shenzhen and Enterprise teaming up before Discovery Season 2. But at this point, it's 1989 to 2017. The Trek books have been trying to make number one's status in Illyrian a thing, which I thought was kind of interesting and stuff like that, you know. You don't really know it, that something's going on with her, but you're not sure what it is. So the captain and Spock are stuck down on the planet. Everybody else was able to beam out. The the um, the Andorian engineer and stuff like that. He draws more power from the warp drive, I guess, from engineering or from systems or something like that, so that they could beam them up and all that stuff. I want to say engineering looks pretty cool looking and stuff and all that. I know that it's not our old original TOS look and all that stuff, but hey, I actually like this version of the Enterprise and stuff. I have a lot of appreciation for what they did with this Enterprise and stuff like that to kind of update it and stuff like that. This episode, it's got a lot to do with, like I said, Una, with number one and stuff like that, and her being an Illyrian. And it's kind of a big shocker, kind of, There's discussion with the Helmsman woman about the Eugenics War, and Khan and Soon, and the character that's got, we got to be reminded of that. You know what? I don't know about you, but I don't like that character. That character really turns me off. I do not know why, but she reminds me of Drummer from The Expanse, though. That's the only thing. But for some reason, her chemistry really turns me off, and I really don't like it at all. There's a fight between the two, Una and this Sung character and stuff like that. There's a lot of talk about this, Lunan and augments and all that stuff, but it's not like none of us didn't have a reference to augments anyways. It seemed like it was just kind of like, like in novels they do like a data dump. That's what it felt like to me, a data dump and all that. Spock and the captain are stuck on the planet. They come across this like library repository of information about about them, the species that basically went extinct, but apparently they're not. They're energy now, it would appear, and they failed basically because there were these entities that got into the library and tried to, I don't know, harm the captain and Spock and stuff and all that. And you know what too? Spock in this episode was really, really well. For some reason, Gregory Peck, he seems like he's trying a little too hard, in my opinion, and stuff like that. Overall, but I'm really, really liking this Spock, to be honest. I think he's done very well with it, to be honest. Let's see. I've got to say this episode was very woman centric. I would believe. This is the first time we see number one in command of Enterprise without the captain because he's stuck on the planet. We get a lot of the captain and Spock, but it was okay. It was a pretty well balanced episode. This was a number one centric episode. Like I said, there was a lot of references from Star Trek Enterprise, from episodes like Terra Prime, Demons. Demons was not a very good episode. Terra Prime was, it was all right. So there's a lot of also overtones in the episodes about xenophobia and stuff like that, about skin color, and light, and so on and so forth, because Uhura is not infected in all of this because she was like in her pod and stuff like that, and I don't know. This episode between her and number one seemed really off and odd and stuff. I don't know, but the Illyrians and all that stuff too as well, they like I said, they tried to reverse engineer their genetic makeup and modifications and stuff like that. But the thing is, what I found very interesting is that they adapted themselves to their planet and the destruction of their planet. The other thing too, I felt that their planet was uh, a look at between um, Geonosis, not Geonosis, but Camino. This is because it was a water world, but then also too, I had the feel of like Mandalore and stuff like that because they lived in these domes above the water and stuff like that, you know. And that's what felt like it to me and stuff. They're very interesting and all that stuff. But I felt that what they tried to attempt the Illyrians was very noble of them. You know what I'm saying? And instead of terraforming a planet to meet their needs, they transformed themselves to the needs of the planet or the changes of the planet. Which, if you're a spacefaring species, wouldn't you just go off planet? I guess. I don't know. And then there's a big secret at the end with the Doctor. And we come back to a TNG episode called Relics. The Dr. Benga is keeping his critically ill daughter in the transport pattern buffer indefinitely. This trick was first seen in Star Trek TNG episode Relics, in which Scotty stored himself in the buffer for 70 years. And all that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I also thought it was pretty selfish of him to put the rest of the ship in danger for what he was doing and stuff. But number one kind of overlooked it. Other than that, I thought it was a pretty good episode. It was kind of cool because we got a lot of like serializing in this episode and stuff. I had some problems, of course, with it and all that stuff, but overall, I thought it was pretty solid. I think the show's going on pretty well so far. Yeah, I kind of miss Anson Mount because he really wasn't in the episode too much. But let me know what you think down below. I really appreciate y'all and stuff like that. I'm just kind of going along with the flow here right now with these episodes and stuff like that. So I'm able to kind of do them at my own time and interval and all that stuff. So let me know what you think down below. We're coming up on 13 minutes, everybody. Take care. Peace out. Be safe, everybody. Bye.